평창 스튜디오 JNDan 스포츠 팀에 오셨습니다. Live from 평창 eSports Center with JNDan.
Well, we are back live from Pyeongchang. There you see the city of Gangneung, where the Olympic Park is located. We are just outside the Olympic Park, and there are some mild winds blowing through our set today. Hey, everybody, it's Jay and Dan here, Sports Center with Jay and Dan.
You can see the ropes tying our set to the roof.
We have two heavy-set gentlemen holding this set down behind us. I really appreciate their efforts. We're just hoping this set doesn't blow away completely.
Right. And we aren't over-exaggerating. We've got about 50-mile-an-hour winds up here, and we're on the roof of a 5-story building, and we're at a high elevation. So hopefully we'll be
kind of died down there. Perfect.
It comes in waves.
It does come in waves. Hey, very exciting. John Morris, Caitlin Laws, who just won gold in mixed doubles curling. They are on our show today. Nicest people you could ever meet. Very excited to have them on. That's a little later on in the show.
And we're going to start with the big news. It's from the NHL. It happened while we were at lunch today.
That's right, Dan. We're less than 2 weeks away from Trade Center, and breaking news involving the Ottawa Senators and Dion Phaneuf. Here it is. Dion Phaneuf, as was much rumored, heading to the Los Angeles Kings along with Nate Thompson in exchange for Slovakian star Marian Gaborik and forward Nick Shore. The Sens retaining 25% of Phaneuf's salary in the deal. And this is incredible this season. Gaborik, 14 points in 30 games. Phaneuf, 16 points in 53 contests. And here is Dion Phaneuf reacting to the deal.
I had an idea, and then obviously in between periods there's the business side of things where the trade call had to go through and stuff. So I really, like I started first, I wanted to really thank the Ottawa Senators and the organization and my teammates. They've got a really good group of guys here. What we went through last year, as far as we went, I'll never forget that as a player, and I've got fond memories of playing in Ottawa, but now I'm excited to be going to the Los Angeles Kings. It's a business decision that the Ottawa Senators wanted to move me, and I respect that. I've got nothing but positive things to say about this organization and the team and my time here.
The trio of Sidney Crosby, Phil Kessel, and Evgeny Malkin, they have been on fire since the start of 2018. The Pens' big three have combined for 77 points in 17 games. First period, Sens shorthanded. Dion Phaneuf in the lineup to start the game. Second period, tied at 1. Phil Kessel is stopped. Gunsel pots the rebound. His second of the game. Kessel picks up an assist. Pens, they retake the lead. Hey, Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, now we know how you felt. Condon got turned around on the play. Malkin's 17th goal in 18 games since January 1st, his second point of the game. 3-1 Penguinos. Still in the second hit. Crosby, he still hasn't got a point. He spots Zach Aston Reese. He scores. Crosby on the board with an assist on Aston Reese's first career NHL goal. Get him the puck. He wants the puck.
A little windy here, Dan.
Dion Phaneuf, he was not on the bench to start the third. The Sens net empty. Aston Reese scores his second of the end. He's the guy who got 2 in the NHL. Crosby picks up his third assist of the game. 6 combined points for the Pens' big three as they take it 6-3. Caps and Jets, Mark Scheifele, third game back after missing time with an injury. Jets have lost both games since his return. First period, Scheifele scores his first since December 17th. Great move by Dustin Byfuglien to make that play. Scheifele, he's got 16 on the season. Why don't we check out pregame? Why? Because check out all the handshakes between the Capitals players. This goes on for over 30 seconds. Ending with John Carlson giving Alex Ovechkin a cup check. All right.
This is a team that's getting along well, just like our crew here in Pyeongchang.
Yeah, that's what we do before every show, except no one's wearing a cup. Under a minute left in the first, Ovechkin throws on net. Nick Backstrom scores. Ovechkin's now got 8 points in his last 6, tie game through 20. Winnipeg cut their deficit to 1. Scramble in front. Scheifele picks it out of the scrum, and Scheifele scores! Finds Brayden Holtby's 5-hole with just 14 seconds to go. Guess what? This one needed overtime. Where Scheifele cuts down the wing, dishes to Tyler Myers, scores! Scheifele, 3 points. Myers, the winner. The Jets beat the Caps 4-3.
Now, later in the show, our driver here in Korea, Mickey, will ask a very blunt question to new mixed curling gold medalists John Morris and Caitlin Laws. You don't want to miss that because Mickey is so, thank you, Dan. Mickey is so hot right now. Everyone is talking about her, just as everyone is talking about the Eastern Conference leading Toronto Raptors, who are in action once again, taking on the Miami Heat and several Leaf players taking part in shoot-around before the game. Austin Matthews is there, Mitch Marner, banking in the free throw. He's got ice in his veins. Ice in his veins. Matt Devlin's loving that. First quarter, Kyle Lowry driving inside for 2, takes a hard shot from Hassan Whiteside. Remember, these two teams had multiple altercations in their last meeting in January. Lowry, irate, led second quarter. 22 points, gave Toronto a 2-point halftime lead. Love those Heat uniforms.
I was just going to say, they're awesome.
They're so cool. The Raptor, by the way, Dan, 1,000th game on Tuesday. Maybe that means he'll get a name. DeMar DeRozan had a big third quarter. Lowry finds him for the alley-oop. DeMar doesn't dunk as much as he used to, but likes that beautiful reverse layup, and you can add the harm here. Oh, that's nice. And showing his worth on the defensive end. Raptors go the other way, and guess who cleans up the mess? DeRozan had 19 of his 27 in the third quarter. Raps up by 17. But that nearly evaporated in the fourth. 12 seconds left in this one. Wayne Ellington, who scored the game winner in their first meeting, brings Miami within 2 from the quarter. CJ Miles is at the line now, misses the second of 2 free throws, giving the Heat a chance to tie it. Josh Richardson heaves up a prayer, but it's unanswered as the Raptors escape and pick up win number 40. All right, coming up in just a few minutes, Dan, our tour of Pyeongchang Olympic venues from outside of the venues. We can't shoot inside the venues. It's out of our control, like injuries are. Just ask Brian Elliott of the Flyers, who had core muscle surgery Tuesday morning and will be out 5 to 6 weeks.
Started here in South Korea. A little later, we trade in our cozy set and hit the streets to give you the greatest tour of the Olympic venues you will ever see.
It was another windy day at the Olympic Winter Games in Pyeongchang, South Korea. Conditions so bad that spectators at the Olympic Park in Gangneung had to be evacuated, while outside the Athletes Village, crews had to remove some of the signs that were getting caught in the wind. Even barriers that were bolted down were being pulled out. The strong winds have already caused several postponements in the skiing events.
1-6-3 over the now Dion Phaneuf-less Ottawa Senators. Sidney Crosby, 3 helpers. Zach Aston Reese, Jake Gunsel each had 2 goals. Mike Condon replaced after allowing 4 goals on 9 shots.
You know, I said I really miss Tim Hortons over here in South Korea, but someone brought those little K-Cups, so we have Tim Hortons.
Yes, we do. We snuck him into the country. Should we be saying that?
No,
were we allowed to do that?
Yeah, of course.
We did it.
Timmy's.
We did it.
Goes
We're
anywhere.
so excited. We're fueled by Timmy's.
You know, there are 2 main venues for the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang. You've got the Mountain Cluster and the Coaster Cluster. That's where we are right now. So it allows us to... why don't we take you on a tour of the Olympic venues from outside the gates, since we aren't allowed to shoot inside the gates.
We begin our tour of Olympic venues from outside the Olympic venues with the Gangneung Ice Arena. That's where figure skating and short track speed skating takes place. It's right over this hill. It's right through this forest on the other side.
Right behind this brick wall is the Gyeongyang Curling Center, where Canada just captured gold. When the Olympics are over, it'll become a Bed Bath & Beyond.
Just up the road past me is the Kwangdong Hockey Center, where the ladies hockey team will play their games. Unfortunately, as you can see by this no entry sign put up by a 13-year-old South Korean teenager, we won't be able to go see it. No entry.
This here's Blimpie, the official blimp of the games.
Blimpie is the mode of transportation for all Olympians to get from the athletes' village to their respective venues. So far, nobody's made it on time. The final venue of our tour is the Gangneung Oval, just beyond this fence, where the long track speed skating events take place. Before the games, it was actually the hottest nightclub in South Korea. It had everything. Kimchi poppers, our driver Mickey dancing in a cage, and topless karaoke. I gotta say, that was comprehensive. I thought we did a fine job there. Once again, we are showing our journalistic chops.
Oh, there's the script just blew away.
Something flew away. Probably don't need it. Now, while Pyeongchang is host for the Olympics just an hour west of the games, there was another competition going on. It was the Ski Robot Challenge. And as we can see, robots not so good at the whole skiing thing. The robots, we don't have to worry about our robot overlords when it comes to the slopes.
That's right. So I guess when the robots do take over, we just we run to the hills, literally.
Head to the hills, and yeah, they can't even do the pizza slices. Can't even do that.
Step one of getting hockey in Seattle is complete. That's right. Bill Daly confirmed to TS insider Pierre LeBrun that Seattle submitted the expansion application with a filing fee of $10 million. $2 million of that non-refundable.
What?
The league will continue to do their due diligence. All in all, the league's board of governors said that the cost for Seattle would be $650 million, with potential play beginning in 2020-2021 season.
Wow. Are you excited about that, Dan?
I just, I can't believe, I hate getting things where you don't get your your money back.
Yeah, that's true. You like to get your per diem back. We've listened to a lot of player chatter throughout the start of the NHL season and picked on unique nicknames for one another. Here are the best. This week's installment of NHL Nicknamesy.
Trinelli and Clutter, obviously.
Big save on Stoner there.
Rusty? G played well tonight. That's what Moose has done for us.
Hanky was really good for us.
My heart went with Spurge.
Him playing with myself and Lombo.
Gibby was outstanding.
Flower was amazing.
The Cat played well.
I think Naber, great gold.
You know, wheels with Patty and Jack.
Well, Hammer's a...
Me, Truby, Laus, you know, guys like Copper, guys like J-Mo.
Duke's had some good games.
I think Yosi made a good point.
Talked to Panger in warm-ups, actually.
Let's stepped up really good.
That was a scary hit on Honks. Since Shife's been out, from Helly on out.
You know, Smitty's out there 90% of the time. Riddy's out there, 30% of the time.
Lily Pad there, too.
Lily Pad?
I don't think we ever heard of Honks.
I've never heard of Lily Pad.
That's been NHL Nicknamesy.
And now, what the Korean are you eating?
Oh. Come on. Who eats a fish like this?
Dry pollock.
It smells and tastes like it looks.
It's Jenny's time. We award these to the finest and not so fine plays of the day. Heat Raptors clock ticking down. Kyle Lowry with the very unorthodox shot, and it drops just before the buzzer for 3 points. Raps would need it. They beat the Heat by 3. We'll see that later, Dan.
The pace in that game.
Darcy Kemper goes behind his net to play the puck. Uh-oh. He got his stick stuck. We're talking stick stuck. He got his stick stuck.
I love when that happens. Juventus Tottenham Champions League, second minute off a free kick. Higuain this. Higuain.
And Nick Hagelin. No looks. Behind the back pass to Evgeny Malkin. Just a thing of beauty. Oh, boy. That's real nice.
Blake Griffin, who got a taste of his own medicine last night. Karma. It can be well, you know. I told Dan before the show that the winds wouldn't be too heavy here on our set. At this point, my toupee is barely hanging on. Karma, in today's Sports Center Top 10. Everything's fine here, folks. Everything's fine.
Highlight of the night.
One of our crew is literally laying on the set. Aaron, he's holding it down, so we'll be okay. Tunes, TSN.ca, and iHeartRadio, the iHeartRadio app. It's brought to you by Coors Light. It was a lot of fun. We talked about our first few days in South Korea, and our guest was our driver, Mickey, who asks the tough questions.
I have to tell you, you blew it is where we point out our errors. The wind blew it.
Yeah. Our crew did not blow it. They were incredible. They kept this set intact. Yeah. This is what's happening. I mean,
Let it go.
There's so much wind up here, but it's a blast.
Yeah.
We're having a great time here.
Remember, we're here live from the Olympics for the entire games, right to the end, and the wind dies down tomorrow.
We're hoping.
We're hoping.
There it goes again.
Come on.